So, you want to know how to look good on video? Keep watching. Hey, it's Rena Hedeman of Your Big Fun Life, and in today's video, I'm going to show you 5 simple, easy ways to look great in videos. Whether you're using Zoom a lot more often for at-home Zoom meetings, or you're using Zoom with family and friends, or Facetime, or Facebook Live, or any kind of video conferencing or videos in general, I'm here to show you how to look great in video. Oh, and make sure you stay on all the way to the end because I've saved the best one for last. You're not even going to believe it. And I've got a couple bonus points for you at the very end. So keep watching. Okay, tip number 1 is pretty obvious. If you want to look good, you kind of have to make a little bit of an effort to look good. I mean, you don't want to be having bed head or like you just crawled out of bed. Well, even if you have, unless you're just on with your mom or something. But if this is a professional work meeting, you definitely want to make a bit of an effort, maybe put on a little mascara, a little lip gloss, maybe brush your hair, put on a professional looking top instead of your sweats or your workout gear. You get the picture. If you want to look good, try to look good. Speaking of making an effort with your appearance, one thing that's important to think about is you want to make an effort to smile, even when you're talking. And it's going to feel awkward because you kind of have to force yourself to smile. But trust me, you definitely come across as more upbeat and lighthearted and friendly. So I don't know if you're like me, but I have serious RBF. If you don't know what that means, look it up on Google. So when I'm sitting there talking to you like this, even if I'm in a serious business meeting or something, I look not very approachable, not very friendly. And if I'm listening like this. Well, I look either bored or annoyed, and it's just not a great look. I mean, I look like the bee in RBF. Not a great look. Tip number 2. Lighting. Lighting. This is the most important part of your video. The best thing to do is, first of all, find the best place in your home where the lighting is optimal for a video. You want your whole face to be lit evenly from the front and a little bit from the top, not from the back. So what I do is I scout around my home using my phone before I set up shop with Zoom on my desktop or laptop. It's much easier that way. Come on, let's go take a walk around my house for a second. I'll give you some examples. Oh, but wait a second. Before we get started, it'd be so awesome if you could hit that subscribe button and ring the little bell. Okay, let's go. Okay, so right now we're in my home office and I'm sitting here just next to my desk facing my computer monitor and my desktop with my webcam, and as you can see, the lighting is pretty bad. The window is right there, as you can probably tell, and even though I have a desk lamp right there, it's really not doing much to help illuminate my face, so it kind of looks like Phantom of the Opera or something like that, where I've got one half lit, the other half completely in the shadow. It's really not flattering at all. The best form of light, quite honestly, is natural daylight. So watch what happens when I turn my phone toward the window so that the window light is on me. See how much better that is? Natural light is always going to be the most flattering. So it's shining from the top and it's shining right on me. The background is pretty dark, but sometimes that's okay because we don't want people to be too distracted by looking at what's in the background. If you want to have your background more illuminated, just put a light onto it. What you absolutely do not want to do is have the window or light source behind you. Watch what happens when we do that. I'm completely backlit and no one can see my face at all. That's definitely not what you want to do, especially in an office meeting. Another mistake is to stand right in front of a sun-filled window so that your face is completely bathed in sunlight. Here I am in front of the window with direct sunlight coming through, and as you can tell, it looks really, really bad. You don't want to do this. Now, one big mistake a lot of people make when it comes to lighting is they have an overhead light. And that's not really very flattering if you're on the older side like me. I'm 55. Not only does an overhead light source bring up all sorts of lines and wrinkles and weird shadows on your face, but it makes your eye sockets look like these big dark holes. I mean, you can do it. It's not the end of the world, but it just doesn't look right. Now, if you're like me and you're really most comfortable sitting at your own home office desk, right there looking at your big widescreen monitor with your webcam at the top, there are ways to make that work too, even if you're not facing a great light source like a window. You can see here all I have is this sort of old-fashioned standing lamp in front of me, which gives me great light when I'm sitting at my desk looking at my keyboard, but not such great light for a video facing my face. So all I have to do here is take off the lampshade, move this closer to the webcam so it's illuminating my face, and voila, there you go. Better lighting makes for a much better video and a better you. Now, if you don't have a desktop or you just simply want to use your laptop, there's another easy option. As you can see here, I've got two boxes set up on my desk. You can put them on a kitchen table, a dining room table, anywhere. And then I'm putting my laptop up on top of that. Why am I putting it way up there instead of just simply right on the table or surface itself? It's because, and this is tip number 3, you always want your camera angle to be just above eye level. You definitely don't want it to be down below. You don't want to have your laptop on your lap or at the kitchen table, which is going to be lower than eye level for sure. What happens if it's lower than eye level? Well, it's just not very flattering. When my laptop's down here, you can see right up on my chin, I show more chins than I even knew I had, not to mention countless wrinkles. And who wants to see that? Not my most flattering angle. And let's face it, nobody wants to be looking up my nose. So my solution here is to prop it up on these two boxes, and then for the lighting, instead of taking the lampshade off that lamp as I did before, this time I just went and got a simple college desk lamp right here. I'm sure you've got one in your home, and it's sitting on the box behind the laptop, as you can see. And it's fantastic because it's a little bit high up, which is what you want. That will give you some definition in your chin, but it's more importantly, it's right directly on my face. Now, another option that you can do if you don't have a lamp like that, or you just want to get a little fancier, or maybe just have a little bit more flexibility in your lighting, is to buy a simple ring light. Let me show you what that looks like. Okay, so if we step back from my desk again, you can see my traditional lamp there where I had taken off that lampshade, but now behind that, behind my webcam, that's sitting on top of my monitor, I've got a little ring light. And what I love about that particular ring light, and I'll put the link in the description down below, is that this one is dimmable, which is really key, so you can adjust the light. So what do you think? So far so good? Awesome. If this has been helpful to you so far, if you like what you're hearing already, please give it a thumbs up, and I'd love it if you'd subscribe, because I want to see you again. Just click the red button below. So stay tuned because I've got some awesome tips coming up and I've saved the best for last. Okay, so you've got yourself all set up. You're either at your desktop with your light source behind your monitor, or you've got your laptop propped up on the boxes with your desk lamp behind that, so it's coming at you frontwards and slightly from above, and you're ready to go. How do you make sure that you look great on Zoom or FaceTime or whatever you're using before you get started with the video? Okay, let's show you how on Zoom. So how do you see what you're going to look like on Zoom? That's easy. Go right to Zoom, but do it before the Zoom meeting starts, okay? Here's how you do that. So go to your Zoom account, look to the upper right-hand corner where it says host a meeting, click with video on, click that. And there you go. Right now I'm sitting off to the side because I'm sitting here so that the camera over here can be filming me here so that you guys can see the monitor. I see that the lighting's good, it's even, no weird shadows, it's at a good height, it's just above eye level, and I see that my camcorder is at just the right height as well. When it comes time to making the video, I'll actually be sitting more right in the middle like that. I can see that I look fine and I'm ready to go. So this brings me to step number 4, the background. So in a lot of cases, if you're talking to friends and family, the background really doesn't matter. I mean, obviously you don't really want to have your naked kids running around in the background, or God forbid your husband comes out in nothing but a towel. I mean, you might be a little embarrassed. But, you know, the background's okay if you're just talking to friends and family. But if this is a Zoom call for work, you might want to give the background some thought. I mean, in this case right now, I've got a lot going on back here. As you can can see, I've got a second ring light right here, which I'm not using right now. I was using as a tripod earlier. But in addition to that, I've got a lot of personal photographs back there of family members, my grandparents, things like that. I call it my legacy wall. And it's fun. I love it. It's very personal for me. And I honestly don't mind having that in the background of some of my videos, but it really depends on what you do. I don't know who you are or where you work or what your colleagues are like or what protocols like, but just give it some thought. And you also might want to neaten up. For example, look at this here. I've got just crap lying around next to the pictures. I've got these printer cartridges, because that's my printer right there, and papers on top of that. So sometimes you can't see that, especially if I'm sitting over here. But, you know, if I'm going to be sitting over here and I've got a mess going on, my boss might not think too highly of me in that case. So just give that some thought. I mean, people at work know that we're all working from home, so they're going to forgive you. But be mindful of the fact that if you've got a lot of personal photographs in the background, as I do here, people might find that a little distracting. They might be paying attention more to what photographs you have than what you're actually saying. So my fifth tip, and this is absolutely the best one. I've saved the best for last. And if you don't know about this, you are going to be so excited. I promise you. I didn't even know about this. In 5 years that I've been using Zoom, I just found out about this like 3 days ago. Unbelievable. Check it out. Okay. When you're on Zoom and you're checking yourself out a few minutes before the Zoom meeting actually starts, go down here, bring your cursor down. Okay, I've tried to zoom in a little bit for you guys. Can you see? Look at the bottom left-hand corner of my screen here. You take your cursor, your mouse, and you put it down here right next to where it says Stop Video. There's a little up arrow. Click on that right next to the video icon, and it's going to give you a couple choices. One is choose a virtual background. If you don't know about that, that is really something cool that you can play around with. That's not what my fifth tip is that I'm here to show you, but this is really worth having some fun with. So if you look down here at this little arrow next to the video icon, you click on it and it says Video Settings. Click on that. Click on Touch Up My Appearance, okay? Touch it up. Everything's much softer. I had a few freckles here that really can't see. My face just looks a lot more soft. It's kind of fun. If you don't want it, you don't want it. It's not a problem. But I think it's a really fun added feature. I just discovered it, as I said, a couple of days ago, but hey, why not? Especially if you're feeling like you don't look your best that day. You can always then undo it, go back to Video Settings, and unclick Touch Up My Appearance, and it's back to what you really look like. All right? Okay, I've promised you a few bonus tips. Now, it's more like Zoom etiquette than bonus tips, but they are tips, so pay attention here. Have you ever watched a Zoom video and someone just walks across naked? Or did you see that one where that girl was actually going to the bathroom? She didn't even realize that her video was on? Like, oh my God. Please, people, make sure if you have to get up to go get a cup of tea or feed the dog or pick your nose or whatever you have to do, turn your video screen off and mute yourself. That's another piece of really important Zoom background or any kind of video background when you're on a video conference call. If you've got an annoying dog barking and someone else is talking, please mute yourself. You should always be muted whenever other people are talking. And that leads me to another thing. When other people are talking, sit there and be polite as if you were there at the meeting in person or sitting across the kitchen table from your boss or at a coffee shop. Give them eye contact. Don't just look around, or if you're taking notes, make it obvious that you're taking notes, okay? But otherwise, I've seen so many people in meetings, they're like eating and like they get it right up close to the camera and they're like, I mean, it's disgusting. Other people are honestly picking at their teeth or like adjusting their bra strap, or, you know, they're just doing something so annoying. And it's really distracting for everybody, whether they're trying to talk to people or whether they're trying to listen. And when it's you who are the speaker, do yourself and everyone else a favor and look at the camera. If you look at everybody else on Zoom, it's going to look like this, and you're going to look like you're looking like this, or it's going to look like you're talking to people like this. And that does not feel like eye contact. You want to look right at the camera, okay? Figure out where it is and look there, okay? So even if it's way up top and you're not really looking at people on your screen, that's okay. Look up top, because to them it will look like you're looking at them in the eye, which is super important, especially when you're talking to people and when you're listening to people. So there you go. I hope that's been helpful. Thanks for sticking around. I would love to hear comments. If you've got more tips on how to have good Zoom etiquette or any kind of video conferencing call etiquette, or tips on how to look great or sound better, please drop them in the comments below. And I look forward to seeing you next time. Don't forget to subscribe. Have a great week, everyone.